Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at. I'm here with another video, and this video, it's amazing. I actually accidentally found an exact same movement that actually has a period about couple days in the past. The mere image of movement we are going through right now in Bitcoin. But before I show you guys that, I want to actually show you guys something and ask you a question. Look at this list of coins that I actually ignore the DXY, and I'm actually going to move those two to the bottom. So besides ignoring these last two at the bottom, they do not have much of a relationship to coins themselves other than just the market. How often do you actually see when Bitcoin is at almost going nowhere since closure 8 o'clock of an evening last night, New York time, but actually having some coins break where most coins are actually in red, while Bitcoin is somewhat in break zero, while there's few coins actually jumping ahead. I'll be honest, most of these things that you see are happening either in a bullish market or in a market where coins, these red coins, they're exhausted. They're not going nowhere. They want to go down. They're tired. Investors no longer willing to put money in them because they don't believe we are in a bullish market. But a few of these coins, they probably have some news or something released, so they're pumping. So, as you guys have seen, out of the list of portfolio that I did on the last video, um, planned entry point, I believe was the name of the video. All these coins are actually dropping slowly down, and we can actually go through and I can walk you every single one of them. They're going down, they're not going up. But Yanfi, UNFI, it's pumping. It's actually killing the profits from all these coins. This one coin actually killing the profit of all the rest of the coins that actually giving me. Of course, Bitcoin, what it was, 0.14%, not a big of a killer. But let's actually talk about what really I found. We can actually increase the 15-minute window. And I'll actually show you guys. Here's a pattern where it starts. Now, as you guys look at the pattern and what actually happened here in this area, you guys do have to understand. Market makers, most of them home for the weekend. So some of the things that you would see here as being shrunk because market makers were involved in this area here, market makers are not involved, so they're actually being stretched. Or let's put it, they're being involved but very minimally, because I don't believe all market makers are home on a week for the weekend. I believe there's still some working their ass off, trying to battle this crazy Elon Musk pump that's just coming from nowhere. Because as we can see, all the coins are saying we should be going down. Bitcoin is the only one refusing to go down because of Elon Musk portfolio and his speech. So we might actually see this Bitcoin still trying to battle to the top, while all these coins will be continuing to drop and coming down to where we started a couple days ago. So let's look at this. This area right here is where the pattern is starting to begin. Unfortunately, I do not have two mouses to show you guys, but as we going sideways, even the angle down here, look at that angle of a drop. Look at that angle down here as well. We're dropping a small reconciliation. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing this word incorrectly. Then we come down. We come down. We drop. Reversal, upside down head. Upside down head. Here's where the stretch starting to become. As we can see, a compression here from bottom to top with reconciliation here. Look at that stretch right here. Same reconciliation, same shoulder, but as this one is compressed, this one is stretched out. We have it right now. Head again. Ahead. A small drop here, where here we got again a compression stretch to the top. Where are we at? Then we have a more continuation, which is right here. This continuation right here is this part right here. Then we have pull up, which we had right there, and we came back to this head right now. Here we have a not as long of a head to the side. Here the head is actually stretching, which if you guys look at it, not true. This portion right here where it's supposed to drop, it's right there. But again, it's being pulled to the top. So obviously we are going down. And if you guys look closely, and I'll actually bring that in, even the same pattern as it started coming down. Look at that same pattern of a start dropping. And that pull down right there. And then it just, I just wonder, did Elon Musk post something again? Because this Bitcoin, from this point forward, still on helium. Still being pulled up when it should have been pulled down. So all this spot right here is actually is what we're looking at. This spot from this point to this point, and this area right here is actually this spot right here. This area right here was infected again with a pull up. So as I can see, we are right now in somewhere in this area right here is where we are right here. And it's just, so I see continuously we're going to be dropping and coming down to the bottom. Based on what I see here, from here to here, how we went, and based on this stretch that we have here, if we able to break away from the Elon Musk impact on Bitcoin, Bitcoin is no longer coming down to 28 or 26. This drop right here is probably going to be our 30. This drop right here is probably going to be our 28, or roughly about 28. We will pump back up a little more, back to about 30 or 30, probably 31 or so, 30. Then we'll be pulled back to 26, 24, maybe 22 at this point. And this probably going to be 22 or 20. By the time we're done with this pattern, and then we get to repeat this growth, and this time this growth will be quite substantial with a good size growth. So now we have a place where to actually look back and look at the history and actually have a rough idea. Of course, keep in mind, some of it might be slightly different due to weekends, makers being at home, and weekdays when market makers at work. And also, if Elon Musk continue to impact the Bitcoin. Earlier or later, Bitcoin will have no choice but to break away from the impact that he did during the speech. But as we can see, it's still being impacted quite a bit. And I think that the breakaway will happen when market makers get behind their computers, started with Sydney, followed with Asia market, and then following up with European market and US market starting tonight. And that is about um, uh, Sydney opens at 6 New York time, which is about 9 hours away. So 9 hours from now, we're going to start seeing slow changes. And further we go into the night and to tomorrow's morning, those changes will stop impacting quite a bit. We'll start seeing that reversal. We'll start seeing that coming down, and Bitcoin will start following the rest of the coins. Man, Yanfi, just during the video time we were speaking, pumped another 6% more. Jeez, you might kill me. Yanfi might actually kill me today before it actually starts coming down. The DGB pumped another percent while on the video. Zill pumped another percent. Bell, actually, Bell is starting to drop. At least during the video, it dropped a percent. And XEM is staying almost at its place. So this is just something is just I'm like when I see that I'm like I have to share with everybody. This is just amazing. So definitely you came in late to this video. Go back, watch it from the beginning when you're done. Honestly, as I'm running this live, you do not have to follow me and watch this video. You can just pull the bar to the left and start a video from the beginning. And it just you won't be able to message me in a timely manner. That's the only difference. But this information is just amazing. So I would actually, based on those that want to actually enter into a trade, going short, I would watch until Yanfi reaches the top and stop growing, and don't get fooled with being it might be a shoulder or something. Let's actually, I believe I drawn a line. So Yanfi already came up to the highest where it last time had. So um, this might be the head at this point. I would actually wait for a couple hours, and if it starts creating that head and starts following, I would actually jump on this thing. That's going to have, with a 25% growth, it's going to have about 50% drop. I don't know, not 50, maybe 40%, 45%, but it's going to have a huge drop down. So nice one to get on when it does. Now, if you're already in a trade and you have access to leverage, you want to time this perfectly. You want to find where it actually comes down, comes to the shoulder. This most likely is the shoulder. So as it comes down through here, you want to catch this before it comes down to this. If not, you want to catch it just right past it and take that ride down. what you want to do is you want to double up on the money. So if you have $1,000, you want to throw another $1,000 in. That will raise your entry. Let's say if you're here, we're here, and you get in right here. Let's say example, that's going to raise an entry to about right here, which will take a lot quicker to go through your negative, which is in my situation. I'm what, almost $300 upside down on an Yanthio right now, and then you can really increasing your profit really quickly. Now, if you're worried that it actually might repeat and stop going back up again, you want to just take that ride to that where that new entry point for you would be, and then immediately sell that double, and then ride that new entry down. That can be another option. But that something you would do. Again, this approach can actually double your risk as well, because right now you're doubling your risk in case it does turn around. So you want to be careful with that one. I got burned in the past, especially if you're trying to hold very small uh, lose margin, or the stop loss margin. Doubling up might not be an option for you, because in that case you have to be in, and you have to be in unless it's really turn around against you, and you at that point have to take the complete total loss on that particular trade, whatever the dollar amount is. Like in my situation with 300, so we start reversing, I would have to be willing to take a $400 or $500 loss if I double up. So that is all for right now. Definitely look at that. This right here, where everything is in red, couple coins only in green, is a very, very clear indication. Most of these coins refusing to follow Bitcoin, and they're starting to break away. Even they just still follow, but they're starting to break away and dropping. And at this point, Bitcoin is being manipulated so heavily by Elon Musk. It's not even a joke at this point. Out of the trade that I'm holding, I probably will be dropping a Dogecoin, because there is some rumors it might be starting to pump again, thanks to Elon Musk. So I don't want to end up with another huge pump like a Yanfi right now I'm having, that just destroying my profile, the bag, or with the entries, with that portfolio, whatever you guys want to call it, of the coins that I purchased for this dump. But I'll probably keep everything else unless there's something else comes up that might be pumping again in the future. But Yanthi is definitely just destroying me right now. Take care, and talk to you guys soon.